Good morning, students. Today we will discuss the balance portion with regard to the organizational behavior. What is that? The theories with regard to the learning. Yesterday we discussed two theories. What are that? Classical conditioning and operant conditioning. Classical conditioning is what? If the stimulus is there, but without that stimulus or without that one there is a response, then in such a case this what is that in such a case uh, the organization behavior that is to be achieved. So that is the classical conditioning. As per Ivan Pavlov, he showed to the dog what is that? A piece of meat. That is the unconditional stimulus. So unconditional stimulus, and based on that, the piece of meat, the dog may be barked. Dog may be barked, so that is the conditional response. Even though if he has not, if he has barked and salivated, even though if he is not showing the piece of meat, what happened? When he rang the bell, the dog didn't bark, as well as what is that? Dog didn't salivated. Okay, so that what happened when he rang the bell later? At the first instance, the dog is not at all responding to that. Later on, if he rang the bell, then what happened? The dog barks as well as salivated. So that firstly, before conditioning, what happened? An unconditional stimuli is there, and with that, an unconditional response also occurred. And the second part, during the which one condition, or during such a conditional classical conditioning, or during such a condition, what that when he barked that, when he showed the piece of meat, means Ivan Pavlov showed the piece of meat to the dog barked firstly, and later on, in the place of in the place of showing the meat, he rang the bell. Dog didn't bark. So in such a case, what happened? In such a case, there is no response from the dog. Even though the conditional stimuli is provided, there is no response from the dog. So that the third case is what? After the conditioning, based on such a unconditional stimuli, that and even though there is nothing to show as a piece of meat, that when and he rang the bell, then the dog salivated. So that is the classical conditioning. Another one we see is operant conditioning. So these are the two theories with regard to main two theories with regard to which one? Main two theories with regard to the organizational behavior under learning procedure. So under learning procedure, two theories we already see: the classical conditioning and the operant conditioning. And another two theories are there: the cognitive theory and the social learning theory. So see this thing. Based on the assumption that a physical event which is called a stimuli that initially does not bring any response to the particular person, later on, based on the same stimuli it is showing, there is a response. So what is a stimuli? It is a motivation and incentive, or an incentive to do that particular thing by a learner. ഒരു പഠിക്കുന്ന ഒരു വ്യക്തിക്ക് ഒരു മോട്ടിവേഷൻ അല്ലെ ഒരു ഇൻസെന്റീവ് കൊടുക്കുന്നതാണ് ഈ സ്റ്റിമുലൈ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന വേർഡ് കൊണ്ട് ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പൊ ഇവിടെ പറഞ്ഞിരിക്കുന്നത് ഇതാണ്: Pavlov conducted an experiment on a dog to study the relation between the salivation of a dog and the ringing of a bell. Firstly, the Pavlov presented a piece of meat to the dog and noticed a great deal of salivation in the dog. He termed food as an unconditional stimuli and salivation as an unconditional response. അപ്പം പട്ടിക്ക് എന്ത് കാണിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞാല്, പട്ടിക്ക് ഇറച്ചി പീസ് ഓഫ് മീറ്റ് കാണിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ unconditional stimuli, that is the food. Okay, salivation automatically caused salivation, so that unconditional response occur. Second stage in the he merely rang a bell. Even though he is not showing the piece of meat, he merely rang a bell. So in such a case, what? Dog didn't salivate. There is no response from the dog, so that it subsequently introduced the sound of the bell each time the meat was given to the dog. Each time the meat was given to the dog, then the Pavlov subsequently introduced the sound of the bell. Later on, even though he is not showing the meat and the bell ringing, the dog is getting salivated. That is the first case. Which one? Classical conditioning. Next we see operant conditioning, where B.F. Skinner, where behavior that produces the effect. Behavior that produces the effect. What is that? OC, operant conditioning, was developed by Skinner, who advocated that people exhibit the responses and that can be rewarded. If the people are exhibiting the responses, that can be rewarded. And if it is not exhibiting the response, then why? Then that is not rewarded or penalized. Therefore, operant conditioning is also called instrument conditioning, that refers to the process that the behavior produces certain consequences, and how a person behaves in future and will depend on those consequences. So, എങ്ങനെ ഒരു വ്യക്തി behave ചെയ്യുന്നു അതിനെ ബേസ് ചെയ്താണ് what happened behaves in future that will depend on those consequences. അതായത് എങ്ങനെ ഒരു വ്യക്തി ബിഹേവ് ചെയ്യുന്നു അതിനെ ബേസ് ചെയ്തിട്ടാണ് whether it is a success or not. If it is a success, again it is continuing. If it is a failure, never tries to do the same thing. അതാണ് operant conditioning അകത്ത് പറയുന്നത്. Third is what? Cognitive theory. What is meant by cognitive theory? So third theory with regard to learning is cognition. What is cognition? It refers to an individual's ideas, thoughts, knowledge, interpretation, understanding about himself and the environment itself. So cognition refers to an individual's thought is there, idea is there, knowledge is there, interpretation there, then understanding about himself. തന്നോട് തന്നെയുള്ള ആശയങ്ങൾ കൈമാറ്റം ചെയ്യുന്നത്, the thinking, the belief, the feeling, പിന്നെ interpretation, the knowledge about himself and the environment he lives. That is what? Cognition. The learner examines and collects the information about himself and his environment and formulates his behavior in accordance with that. So, the learner examines and collects the information about himself, and his environment, and formulates his behavior in accordance with that. So, based on the environment he lives, based on that, what is happening? Formulates his behavior. തന്നെത്താനെ തന്റെ ആ behavior formulate ചെയ്തു വരുന്നു. According to this theory, learner forms a cognitive structure in the memory, preserves and organizes the information about the various events that occur in a learning situation. So, according to this theory, learner from a cognitive structure in memory, preserves and organizes. So, the learner himself create a structure, cognition. What is that? About the ideas and the environment, about himself and the environment, what all ideas is having with him, what all thoughts are having with him, what is the knowledge acquired, what are the interpretations towards others, understanding about the himself and also and the environment. So this is the cognition. So according to the theory, learner forms a cognitive structure in the memory, preserves and organizes the information about the various events that occur in a learning situation. ഈ ഒരു സ്ഥിതിയിൽ പരിസ്ഥിതിയിൽ അല്ലെ പരിതസ്ഥിതിയിൽ സിറ്റുവേഷനിൽ സർക്കംസ്റ്റാൻസില് എന്തെല്ലാം ഇവന്റ്സിനെ ആ ഒരു ഇൻഡിവിജ്വൽ ഫേസ് ചെയ്യുന്നു, അതാണ് എന്തിനകത്ത് വരുന്നത്? അണ്ടർ ദി കോഗ്നിറ്റീവ്.